Hello and welcome to day 3 of learning hands-on equations here. So it says lesson 2 up here. We did this yesterday, but today we're going to move on to day 3. So I'm going to zoom in, um, and I'm actually going to do this side by side with what we did yesterday. So the section you really want to be on looks like this, okay? What does this look like without the pawns and the balance scale, okay? So yesterday, you'll notice that we did these same exact problems, right? D plus 17 equal 24, and we drew out our balance scale and used the pawns. Today, my goal is to show you how this translate into just using the numbers, no cubes, no balance scales, and what it looks like traditionally. Okay, so let's zoom in a little further and let's start. So we know already D plus 17 equal 24. The answer is D equals 7. 7 plus 17 does in fact equal 24. Now, without our pawns, mathematically, this is what's happening. What we did over here, right, is we split our 24 cube into a 17 and a 7. And the reason we did that is because we knew we needed to get rid of the 17 since it was on the same side as the pawn. And in order to do that, you have to be able to take them off both sides of the balance. Okay. Without using the balance, what does this look like? So D plus 17, we still want to be able to get D by itself on the left side of the equal sign. So in order to do that, we want to get rid of this plus 17. So mathematically, what that means is we want to cancel that out by subtracting it. Okay, but just like our balance, in order to subtract it and cancel that out on one side, we have to do it on the other. Okay, and so in the end, what ends up happening is that cancels on this side, and now we're left with just our letter D. And 24 minus 17 is in fact 7, which is really what we did here to get this. Okay, and our cubes, when we split this up, the way we got 7 as our other cube is we did 24 minus 17 and we got 7. All right. And then we ended up taking that off on both sides. This is what it looks like without the balance and the cubes. All right, let's try again. So the next one on here was another addition equation. And again, here's our work from above. And we've already figured this out, that T equals 27. All right, so looking at this here, right, T is on the other side this time of the equal sign. Oops, sorry. And that's okay. What we want to do is get that guy alone so that we can figure out its value, right? And so in this case, we ended up canceling out the 12s, which is what we're going to do here. So we're going to cancel out the 12 because it's on the same side as the T. But again, you have to keep it balanced. So you want to cancel out the 12 on the other side. Now, mathematically, all that means is I'm subtracting 12. So what's left on the right side is just our T, and 39 minus 12 is in fact 27, which we figured out with our balance yesterday. Okay, and so this is how we do it without the balance. We're essentially undoing whatever is on the same side of as the variable. We are undoing that, but then we are keeping the equation balanced by doing the same thing on the other side. Okay, now with subtraction, it gets a little more complicated. So let's look at what we did with subtraction versus what we would do without the beam. Oh, let's see if I can get this on screen at both at the same time. Ooh, come on. All right. So yesterday with subtraction, remember this is a little more complicated, right? We had a negative with, or we had a minus 15 or negative 15 on the same side as the B. And then we had a positive 11 on the other side. And so we knew we needed to cancel out or get rid of that minus 15. So we added a 0 pair here so that we could cancel those out. Okay, mathematically, without the blocks, what we would really do is to cancel out that minus 15, we really would add 15. But again, to keep the balance, we would have to add it on the other side as well. And so we end up getting B alone on the left side, and 11 plus 15 is 26, which is exactly what we got here using the 0 pairs. Okay, and so that's how we do it without using those blocks. One more. So let's do it one more time. And again, I want to do this side by side so you can see, like, okay, this is what I did with the balance. This is how I do it without the balance. Now, disclaimer, you can do this. You can still use the balance method and draw this out, and it is correct. I am just trying to show you what it would look like without the balance, okay? So this one, we already got the answer that y is going to be equal to 46. Again, what we're doing here is we're looking at this. We say y is over here. It's on the right side of the equation, okay? And so what we would have to cancel out or get rid of is minus 24. So to undo that or to cancel it, we would have to add 24 because that's its opposite. That's really a 0 pair, which is what essentially then we end up doing over here to keep it balanced, okay? And so this cancels out, leaving us with just plain y on that side of the equal sign. And then 22 plus 24 is in fact 46. And this is our answer to our question of what is y. Okay, hopefully you are able to transition. But again, I want you to know that it is okay to fall back on this method of solving because this really is giving you the same exact answer and showing you how to keep it balanced. But if you are ready to do it without the balance and just do it with the mathematics, doing it with the adding and the subtracting, then this is what we would do. Okay, if you have questions or concerns, please make sure you contact someone in the math department, Ms. Ramirez, Ms. Patma, or myself, Ms. Richards, and we will be glad to help you out. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.